Alright, so it's nighttime. The lights over here are not really that bright. I'm not going to put my car light on because I'm keeping stuff discreet over here. But how much are we willing to give to help other people? I just want to challenge people. And, I was eating at a restaurant tonight to treat myself, and doing some studying while I was at this restaurant to relax and to just take it easy, let my hair down, so to say, after the gym. And somebody came by, and they were sitting, kind of in the back where I was by the window with their dogs. And I knocked on the window and kind of put my food up in the air and said, "Do you want some?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I could tell he was homeless. And so as soon as I was done, it all got packed up for him. My appetizer, my meal, my salad, my rolls, everything got packed up for him. So I had like 4 boxes just stacked for him. And I wasn't too hungry. Usually I bring my leftovers home to my kids. And I also got some water for his dog too, his 2 dogs. And I just want to say, how radical are we in our giving? Do we really care about people out on the street? This can happen to any of us. And then today, when I ran over to the food pantry, there was a couple that had been in a hotel for a year now, or a year and a half. And then I happened to see them again at the dollar store today. And we were talking, and I told them about the resources that I have used. I told them, I gave them some references of people to call. How much do we care about other people? We're supposed to love people like ourselves. So we really want to work at that. And I guess what is motivating me today to give is because of, just reading scripture today about how God talks about when you give to the hungry, you give to me. When you give to the stranger, you're giving to God. In not to have a wrong motive, but when we give to others and we're good to them, God is going to bless us. We're not doing it to earn his favor. It's more out of obedience. So how much are we willing to invest in people? I said, well, if I have money, I don't really know what to do with it, but we should be giving to people. And, I called a church this week that I had visited, very, very wealthy church. And you have another church that's just like, well, here's the resources. And I called back and talked to somebody else and said, I've attended your church. And she's like, oh, well, let me get you an application then if you need some assistance. And I said, so let me get this straight. You're a rich church and you can't help other people. The very fact that we are Christians, we are to be known by our fruit. We are to help other people. And it's so easy for a church just to give, just give you a piece of paper with the names of organizations that are not even Christians to go help people instead of them to do it. So, I came out with it and said, after this, I don't know really that I'm going to visit again. You can't think of people who are on the outside. I mean, I shouldn't have to attend a church in order to get some assistance. We should be out there. We should take really good care of ourselves, but then we should be out there. And tonight I actually drove around and I saw a couple homeless people and I gave them a hand. I gave them, a few bucks, and that is how we should be living. We should care about others. And this car looks like it's gonna hit me because it's backing up. Woo! So we should care enough about others to say, hey, do you got something to eat? Do you, seeing people pick trash, we ought to despise that people are having to pick trash. And I have a son who is still, as far as I know, out and about on the streets, and I kind of do this in his name too. He has chosen to just do some stuff in his life. He could definitely get a good paying job and everything, but there's a million reasons why things don't work out for people. One lady was telling me, like I said today, she had some stuff in her past, so now she can't get an apartment, and she has change, she said, but people won't give her a chance. And it's rough. It's rough for everyone right now when we can't help people. I mean, what does that say about us as not only humans, but as Christians? So I just want to encourage people, when you see needs in front of you, this guy over here, I'm waiting for my son to get out of work, and he's over at the fence, and he's struggling, and, a couple bucks, he was so appreciative. So people appreciate usually a little bit of help. And I met another guy tonight just driving by. Do you need a hand? Yup. Couple bucks for him, a few bucks. And he noticed right away my plate and said, "Where are you from?" And I told him, and he's like, "Yeah, I know that area well." And so he was from Massachusetts. And, people are hurting, and we should be caring more for people.